So greetings from District 4C6 in California. We have recently completed our SWOT analysis, and we felt it would be beneficial for the Lions of California to see what a mock SWOT analysis looked like, and perhaps be willing to use the way we did it to help them be successful on their SWOT analysis. So before we get started, I want to go through a little bit of background in terms of setting up what you're going to be seeing today. First of all, who do we have that's participating? We have our district governor, our first vice district governor, our second vice district governor, and we have next year's global leadership coordinator and global membership coordinator. Unfortunately, our global service coordinator was not available to join us. We also have 3 additional Lions. We had 4 on our original SWOT analysis, but one couldn't join us today. These Lions have been in the organization for a while, long enough to have held an office in their club for a couple of years maybe, and for 1 or 2 of them an opportunity to be a zone chair. So while they're not veteran yet, they do have a great level of institutional knowledge, and we really appreciated their input when we had our SWOT analysis 4 days ago. So how did we organize our SWOT analysis discussion? First of all, we decided the topics that we were going to analyze, and we used leadership, membership, service, and we added recognition and fellowship. We added recognition and fellowship because we all felt that these 2 pieces are critical to our member satisfaction and to our ability to retain our members. So each one of these 5 topics, we went through a strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat conversation, giving an opportunity for all of us to share our ideas and insights. Once we were over, everyone had jotted down their notes once we were finished, but we also had a master list of everyone's comments, and those were sent out to all of us, asking us to pick from all the strengths, all the weaknesses, all the opportunities, all the threats, our top 3 to 5 that we thought were critical, and send them back to our first vice district governor. She then is going to be compiling them, and we'll use that information as well as all the information really that was gained during our analysis to create our NAMI plan. So in a nutshell, that's how we put our discussion together. This analysis, with all of us participating, took just under 2.5 hours. So that can give you a sense of how long yours might take, depending upon how many Lions you have participating. So what we're going to do now is show you how we went through our discussion. We're only going to use the topic of fellowship. You don't need to hear all of it. You can just see how one of them went through. And I'm also going to start out by saying the same thing I did over the weekend, which set the guidelines for our discussion. So let's get started. So welcome, Lions from 4C6. Thank you so much for being here. This is really a historic opportunity for us to create a plan for this North American membership initiative and to put it to work for our district and then be able to reap the benefits. So thank you for being part of our history. Thank you for having the heart of a Lion and joining us on this beautiful Saturday. Before we get started, I want to talk a little bit specifically about what this process is going to look like. First of all, we do have quite a few people on this call, so we need to be disciplined and concise in our communication. Once we start the analysis, I'm going to call on each one of you individually to give your response to the topic at hand, and everyone will have a turn. I would ask you all to write down the responses as you hear them. The only comments that we'll make will be clarifying questions, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. If I do notice some background noise coming up, I'll mute you, but then definitely unmute you when it becomes your time to talk. Okay, so the way we're going to handle this discussion is what's called brainstorming. Brainstorming, I think, is a very creative way to get ideas from everyone. Because when you're brainstorming, there's no bad idea. There's no wrong answer. And the only exchange in this communication will be to ask clarifying questions. So if one of us makes one comment and someone else disagrees, this is not the forum to share disagreement. We're going to take with understanding what everyone is saying. Okay. I'll try to put in a break like every 30 minutes or so. I'm not quite sure how long this is going to last, so we'll see how that rolls. And I would ask you to be sure that you're listening carefully to everything that's being said so that we're not repeating any comments that have already been said. So that's that. We will now get started, and we're going to discuss fellowship. And what I'd like you to do is make sure that you're concentrating on comments as they're being said so that we're not repeating them. So Linda, can I get your comments on the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of fellowship in our district?
I had to unmute myself. Sorry about that. Well, this is an easy topic. Our strengths, if anybody's ever been to the USA-Canada Forum, you know that that is all about learning plus fellowship and seeing people that you haven't seen for a year, but you still feel a sense of camaraderie and belonging. And that is our biggest strength, I think, is the family that we join as Lions. One of the weaknesses, as a new member, I didn't feel quite as welcome maybe as I could have been. I think that we tend to, and you know, I always try to pay attention to our new Lions because it's all new to them, and to have them be participating in the meeting and be, you know, enjoying the rest of the being a Lion, and not forming cliques. Opportunities. So inviting Lions to a service function is a great opportunity for fellowship. They see how much fun it is to do service. I think that the biggest threat is not feeling part of the family of Lions, and maybe if they don't, then the threat is that they will be leaving for something else because it didn't meet their expectations. And that's all I have to say. I'll give them the opportunity.
Got it. Thank you, Linda, so much. Rick, what do you have for us?
I lost it. Did I freeze?
You're good, Linda.
Okay.
Linda hit a lot of the points. I think one of the opportunities on fellowship is you can form lifelong friends, and gives you an opportunity, Lions give you an opportunity through the different meetings and events to do that. I think some of the opportunities that we have are to mentor some of the people. We can use that platform to mentor people, our members that are looking to move up in Lions and maybe take a larger responsibility or role in Lions. The threat, Linda hit it on the head, is you know, forming cliques or not feeling that you fit into the group.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rick. Ellen. Uh-oh. Ellen, are you freezing? Everybody.
Experiences. I have many moms in Lionism and built lifelong relationships across the platform, and they've really embraced that. So that really was part of my fellowship in Lions. The weakness is, I think we're losing or aging out members, and that is our, you know, that's one of our weaknesses there. We have a lot of older clubs, but we have opportunity to mentor, building those better relationships, and even building your close friends or network and trying to get them back into Lions and keeping their, I think for our threats, you know, just the threat of another organization taking the same competitive or competing members.
Mm. Okay, thank you, Alan, very much. Candace, what do you have for us?
I actually certainly am a Lion in part because of a family connection. My dad was a Lion. And after my first few meetings, I definitely stayed a Lion because of the people who took an interest in mentoring me, keeping me in the club, finding things that would interest me. In terms of, so I really support the idea that fellowship community is a huge part of being a Lion. In terms of weaknesses, I feel like there are times where we're either missing certain groups, people, and that then we can be perceived as unwelcoming to those groups, whether it's someone of a certain age or background. Even just different things we do in the club can be perceived sometimes as putting up a barrier between what could otherwise become a friendship. I think there are huge opportunities in terms of Lionism for reaching out and making friends. Some of my closest friends now, people that I interact with daily, not just, you know, in a specific Lions Club event, but on Facebook and chatting with them over the phone, doing a variety of other things, came to me through Lions, and in particular through events like the Lions Leadership Institute. I have friends that I would not have otherwise dreamed of having, and who are really different from me. But we found that some of our own experiences in Lionism were parallel. We felt we really wanted to work together on some of the same issues in Lionism. So I would just really encourage some of that deep potential for connection. I think the more we can talk really truly about issues that are troubling and find ways to get energized by how other people are thinking about them is good. I also think the more we can group around interests, shared interests, or experiences, that can be a positive. And then, though I do agree we sometimes compete for Lions, I feel like we can gain more friendship and more Lions by really reaching out to a lot of other organizations.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Chicky, what do you have for us?
Well, on strengths, my own feeling is I've always felt welcomed, and I felt once I got to meet other Lions in other clubs that there's always somebody out there to answer your questions and help you and guide you. Weaknesses, I think, is not only not to repeat Alan's, but aging out, but that the older members that have been Lions are really stuck in their ways, and they're not. You have to show them that change can be good. You have to be open to everyone. Opportunities, I think, with the GLT trainings that we have every month and the leadership classes, there's endless opportunities to move on up if you want to, but nobody in their right mind wants to. Threats is, I don't think it would be a threat if everybody would, when there are new members, take them under your wing, take them around with you, call them up, let them know, you know, we're doing this activity, invite them, make sure that they don't get left behind.
Awesome. Thank you, Chicky. Gosha, what do you have for us? Unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
Thank you. On the strength side, I would like to quote our district governor, Rick, who said that we join Lions because of the service, but we stay in Lions because of fellowship. And I think that describes everything.
Yes.
And of course, the same in my case. I've made a lot lifelong friends through Lions, and also as a person who came to the U.S. and I transferred from Poland, and I was a Lion back in Poland. This helped me to find my new connection in my new place in California. And also what was already said, that, you know, being a Lion shortened the distance between people. Even if you don't know each other, you go somewhere, you meet Lions, and you're instantly friends. So those are strengths for sure. Also, joining the Lions Club, we share the same values, and this is our common denominator with other people. Having fun while working, even if we worked hard and our heads are dirty from cleaning the highway or building something, we always have fun. And it's been a part of Lions since the development. The Lions were born. Weaknesses also has been said already, that sometimes new people don't feel seen or heard, because we as a group have a very strong way of being together. Yes. As an opportunity, I would suggest to invite non-Lions to our members to our events, non-Lions to our events, or a fundraiser or hands-on project, so they can see how much fun we have, and, you know, not only what we do, how we do, that we also have lots of fun while working. And I also believe that it helps to integrate new members in the future. And when it comes to threats, what's been said already, that sometimes, you know, our strong bond may feel too strong for new members. So while I was thinking about this subject, I thought that maybe the sponsor could be like a guide for at least the first year of the new member. You know, calling them, checking on them, making sure that they always have a spot at the same table, or, you know, at the same project. So I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gosha. Janine, what do you have for us?
Well, when it comes to fellowship is what ties us to Lions. And I feel that anytime you get Lions and food together, that you're going to have a success. So things like our convention are wonderful opportunities for you to connect not only with people in other clubs, but people of different backgrounds and different skill sets. And, you know, I think that's one of our strengths. When it comes to weaknesses, kind of hard to sometimes have weaknesses, I think, with fellowship. But what sometimes happens is maybe if you have someone in your club that is not necessarily tied into new technology or email, or good about communicating through electronics, that if they disappear for some reason, maybe they have a health issue and they're not coming to meetings, they lose connection with the club, and you know, they just kind of drift away. So that is a weakness. Sometimes we don't monitor that very well, and we should, you know, kind of keep up with people when they stop coming to meetings. As far as opportunities, we do have a tendency, I think, in a lot of our events to just invite our friends or other Lions. And we do have the opportunity to try to go out maybe a little bit more and bring in people from our community to our events, as opposed to going for the low-hanging fruit of just inviting other club members. And I think it's been mentioned many times, I think the cliques is our threat.
Thank you, Janine. So there you have it. This is as easy as it was for us to go through our SWOT. It took time, I'll tell you that, but I am extremely thrilled with the level of information that we got from our SWOT, and I think it's going to be a great foundation piece for our NAMI plan moving forward. So I'd like to give everybody an opportunity to introduce themselves. Alan, could I start with you?
Hello, I'm Alan King from the King City Lions Club here in California. I am actually the club president, and I'm also the second vice district governor for District 4C6.
Thank you, Alan. How about Rick?
My name is Rick Silvera. I'm the district governor for 4C6, and my home club is Albion Super Lions.
Perfect. Janine?
Hi, I'm Janine Healy. I'm with the San Martin Lions Club in 4C6, and I am the current global membership team coordinator for this district.
Thank you. Gosha?
I muted myself, so I've learned. My name is Gosha Hernig. I'm with Sunnyvale Host Lions here in California, and I'm a zone chair this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Chicky?
I am Chicky Lamb, Freedom Lions. I'm the club president and I'm zone chair.
Awesome. Thank you. Candace?
I'm a zone chair also. I'm Candace Hawkinson. I'm with the Carmel Mission Trail Lions, and I'm secretary for our club.
Thank you. Linda?
I'm Linda Pugliese, first vice district governor for 4C6, secretary of Scales of Justice Lions Club. And I have to say, I was probably one of the first vice district governors to opt in to the NAMI program, because I think this is extremely valuable. It's going to help us through the next couple of years in gaining new members. I just wanted to mention, Chicky, you didn't say anything about your cupcakes.
I got all kinds of texts afterwards saying, I'm hungry for these, I'm hungry for that, and I'm trying to think how I can mail them to you guys and get them to you.
They're critical for our fellowship.
Our fellowship, we need her cupcakes.
And I'm trying to figure out a way to, I don't think it's more good, but Candace and I will work something out transporting them.
Thank you. We'll be looking forward to that. So there you have it from District 4C6, a snapshot of our SWOT analysis, and we wish you all the best. Bye, you guys. Okay, stopping recording.